Yo, 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 yo,
Yo.
yo.
What's poppin', everybody?
What is
Clouter,
happening? Oh man, I am
my
fucked up. There
brother,
might
how
be a
we doing,
little bit
man?
of an echo too. I meant to tell you that too. I don't know how that's gonna. There might be a small echo, so I gotta get more shit in my room here to
Hey, you're good.
balance it.
How was the move, man?
Oh, it was good, man. Fuck, man. It was a lot of work though, but I'm happy to be settled in. There's a few other things that like I gotta move in, but besides that, like I'm almost fully moved in. So
Congrats,
that's
brother.
thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
When's the housewarming party so we could go party?
Oh man, whenever you can come down here, bro, and we'll fly down everyone. The fucking Project X fucking
Project
CXP
X.
banger.
Hell yeah, bro.
Oh
Yeah, man.
man.
Congratulations on the new spot, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's elite, man. I'm happy about
What's
it.
going on,
But
float?
besides that
Tape,
though,
AC.
welcome in everybody. We're here.
Let's go.
For the Clout Fets Show. I'm joined by the one and only the Fetty Wap. How you
Yes,
doing
sir.
today, Fetty? How are you? How are you? Since you
Oh,
just asked me, how are you?
dude, I've been a busy man, IRL. A lot of stuff going on, different angles, but we
I
are
feel that, bro.
ahead. And you know what? I'm tired, but it's more like a jet lag feeling. Like I feel jet lag, but you know, class has been good. Life's been pretty good. Everybody's good, man. Just happy to be here, man.
A lot of
Happy to be here.
and we had an exciting first week. A lot of stuff going down. We have a few teams that are undefeated after week one. A lot of teams are 1-1, and a few teams have a very slow start. But especially New Jersey, and I think me and you are going to talk about that later on. But them having an 0-2 start after a major one win, definitely not the start that you're looking for from Johnny Los and the boys in New Jersey.
Yeah, very disappointing. Unfortunately, it was like night and day. I don't know. Mind you, I don't know. I was away last week or so, so I didn't really catch up on stuff. I did keep up with the announcements, but I know there were some allegations brought on to Johnny Cod, and I don't know if that has something to do with it. Like I said, I don't know the story behind that. All of it, I just saw the announcement, and as soon as he is money camming, he fortunately fell short. The Los effect. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is though, like that was the thing in the last episode with Johnny. Like I just feel like with Los taking a step back, like can Johnny like absorb what Los brought? And I just don't know if they get two map fives, I believe, right?
Yeah,
That they
yeah,
played.
I think so. I think it was two map fives. Detroit also played two map fives this week too.
Yeah, so multiple map fives, but yeah, it was just that's probably the biggest. Probably the biggest thing I would say, at least from this week, the biggest takeaway from the first week, just New Jersey just kind of falling short.
You know what's crazy though? We've seen it last major too. Exactly pan out like this. New Jersey had a super slow start, and then moves were made, and then they were just OP for the major. Now I don't think another Johnny's gonna come out of the woods for New Jersey this time around, but. Yeah, not the start out of New Jersey that you want. But I think before we get into our breakdown today, we have an announcement here on the pod. I was kind of waiting for more people to fill in, but we're gonna rip it here. The CXP has gladly partnered with COD Stats, with CallOfDutyStats.com. And usually what this website is for us is a more in-depth, it's an entire website with our league in it and all the teams, and this website is going to auto-generate a lot more in-depth stats for our league going forward. Everyone can go on this website here. Hold on, Reggie, I see you hold on now, Reggie. Hold on, Reggie.
Reginald.
Hold on, Reggie.
Whoa.
Hold on, Reggie.
Yo, Reggie's saying. Reggie's going out here saying slurs, man. That's crazy.
It wasn't. It was the link. I am trying to allow him to post the link.
Nah,
I should have also had the link.
I'm just joshing.
I don't know if you can post the link, but I'm gonna look through the website here real quick before we jump into the rest of the pod here. But yeah,
I will say this about that though. The stats, they are super elegant and really freaking cool.
Yeah. I think a lot of
really
I think there's
cool.
some other leagues that use it as well. So big shout out to the CXP higher ups that have got us this I guess sponsorship, I guess partnership is the best word to use um, for this website. I'm excited to use it, man. It's super in depth. I mean, you guys can all just punch in codstats.com, and all you have to do is I'm gonna flick over here, and if you go to COD and then amateur leagues, then you should be able to see the CXP league here amongst all the other leagues. K7 league is also here. Legacy, a lot of other. I feel like some people are probably familiar with this site already, but those that aren't aware, we're now on here. And obviously you can see here all the league standings from Group A, B, C, and D, all up to date. And I think the cool thing that I like about this is that you can go here and you can now for me and you, we can see all map MVPs here, all the map scores here, and if you really wanted to, you can really just open these up and go through each individual scoreboard. Some of the players here aren't up to date. I think what E told me is that a player has to play at least 2 matches, and then your stats will start popping up here. I could be wrong in saying that, or we're just still tweaking out the bugs. I'm going to go with what I said first. But yeah, man, it's super cool, man. You can go through all these, and you can see each individual stat line for each map for all the series that are played. Another cool thing is that you can compare teams, I think. Oh, no, actually, before I do the comparison, we can go, there's like a player tab now. There's like a player rankings, and everyone has a rating, and all like your single player stats are here as well. So like you can see that, let's say Johnny, for example, is a 74 rated, and you can see here how the formula weighs out everything. He has a 1.32 KD, and you can sort all this obviously by KDs. So obviously Bears leading the league with the highest KD right now. And then you can kind of sort through everything here, which is kind of cool. This is definitely an elite website. I'm stoked to use this for sure. And then we can see like the head-to-heads, so we can just do like East Coast for like New York, for example. And it like gives you a whole like percentage on who's doing better. So obviously New York's leading over the KD right now. New York has better map percentage. What's this? Average kills per map played. So yeah, then ECB has more average kill, and then you have this fucking performance radar. This is fucking technical shit. This is all crazy. You got a slaying breakdown here for both teams. Like, it's definitely a super cool website for us to be able to go and look at more stats too. So who's the lowest player right now? Yeah, I think all you guys have to do is make an account too. I think that's alrighty. You just have to make an account and you can come into the league. So then you can see who's at the bottom. Backkarma's at the bottom. Hybrid's at the bottom. Phenom, Zmerg, and it goes down. I should be down here at some point. Actually, it probably is me, because I have a 0.51. I should be at the bottom. But, yeah, no, it's definitely a super fun website to, look at your stats. And you can also look at your individual team stats. So I'll go into Toronto, for example. And gives you all the team's analytics, and you do that for each one. So obviously we're 1-1, gives you your map count, gives us our team KD, our average damage, how each individual player is doing. And there's like a quick summary here on the left hand side that shows I guess based off the algorithm, it can show how this team's performing, and then obviously the map records and modes. So on top of how me and Feds have our stats done behind the scenes, this is definitely a huge help for us too as well to I'll post my link. I DM'd you my referral link. All right, hold on. No, yeah, I will get that in a second. But yeah, no. What's your thoughts on this, Fetty, though? This is definitely huge.
Probably the coolest thing I've seen in any league. It's super official. It's elegant. It's clean. It's an upscaled way to organize it. I think is beautiful. I think whoever brought it up, if it was E or whoever, they need to pay a raise. Seriously, I think it's really cool. And if everybody has access to it and they can take a look, I mean, it's really cool, man. I mean, it's as close as we can get to the CDL kind of graphics
agree.
and stuff. And I think it's really, really fancy. It's upscaled. It's organized. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's fresh. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
I think it's really good. I think it'd be great for the league. Absolutely.
I should have made a command where I could have posted the link. I forgot to do that. It's not also letting me post the link, so probably could fire that up in Gen Chat, to be honest, and we'll just lay it there or in announcements because I can't put it up here. What the fuck? That is my apologies. But anyways, yeah, no, it's definitely like you said, huge W for our league going forward, and definitely gonna be cool to see all the in-depth stats of each team. And I mean, it's open to everyone to use. Like, everyone can go on in. Just all you need to go on is the codstats.com and make an account, and then just find your amateur league there too. I'm pretty sure there's a way you can claim your player as well. Like, you can link your player to your account. But I think I'm not too sure how to do that yet because my name isn't up there yet. You have to play 2 matches to show up on the stat sheet. So if you also don't see your name there, you have to play 2 matches, and then you'll get put in on the on the website. But yeah, no. I guess to review though, like some of the matches, and I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna keep. I'm gonna keep this up for a second. I'll flick back over for a second. Obviously, we had a pretty chaotic week, Fed. So obviously, if we look back at some of the previous matches here, we had East Coast take a Game 5 win over Detroit. AR with a big win over Toronto this week as well. A lot of map 5s, like you said. Miami 3-2 on New Jersey, and I'm pretty sure they had another map 5 as well. Yeah, against Stanford as well. 3-2 against Stanford as well. What else? There's some big series that happened here. Texas taking Miami to map 5 was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then East Coast going 2-0, huge. It's interesting to me because like that East Coast Detroit game went 3-2, and then Detroit came out in 3-1 Paris. Pretty impressive stuff. I gotta say, this Detroit team has overcome that dark horse mentality. I think they are a legit competitive team. And what a steal out of Reflectory for Kaori out of 4, man. He was a 5, all BO6, and then to go down to a 4, man, and then with float and skips. Dude, I mean, I think back in BO6 when we were talking about skips, he's like a float junior because they like to flank and get behind you a lot. Like, now, can you imagine float and skips on the same team? And that's crazy. Like, everybody better be watching behind you, man. It's insane. It's actually insane.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like how this Detroit team is looking right now. Undefeated in the hard point right now, rocking a 1.2 KD overall in the hard points right now. Detroit is just looking strong. I mean, I know they have a 1-1 record. I think, what was it? The map 5 lost to ECB, right? Did I get that right or no? Or no, they lost to Paris.
Yeah, Detroit lost to ECB 3-2.
ECB 3-2. So it's a tough matchup for Detroit, but I mean, I still think they come out. I mean, they still come out strong week 1. I do like how this team looks. I'm just trying to check something real quick. Yeah, I really like how this team looks. Like you said, Reflector is definitely a big pickup. Kaori's is cooking right now as well. But yeah, I think we jump. I mean, also in Div D, I mean, Miami and East Coast having an excellent week, going 2-0. East Coast getting a 3-0 dub over OVO, and then a 3-2 over Detroit. I think it was another crazy series.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You're good.
No. What's up, Hitman? What's up, brother? Yeah, I was back to Div C real quick. I mean, just the fact that Stanford and OVO are split right now is crazy, and then obviously the shocking Jersey going 0-2, the defending champs, and then obviously in what was the one to the right? Group C or Group D?
Group C. Yeah, Group D. Paris is there. Paris is also 1-1, I believe. Hold on, I gotta get that.
Yeah, Paris. Yeah, Paris is 1-1. Paris, 3-0 Texas, and then had a stinker against Detroit, unfortunately. And that's the thing. I'm waiting to see the roster on paper for Paris to kind of be more substantial and solidified. Right now, I still think they're looking for a leader, especially like an IGL leader. I do like what I see on paper between BVD, Tape, and Kane. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm hoping. Yeah, I did they?
I think they did. I'm pretty
Um,
sure they added to their to that little roster they have there because I also do like the
yeah.
roster. But I'll let you finish. 'Cause I did just cut you off.
Yep. Yeah. They signed. Yeah. They signed. Yeah. Farmy. That's a huge pickup. Huge, huge, huge 5 pointer. He outperformed with Absolute Rain when he e-subbed. That was super impressive. Their first game. Who did they play? The Toronto Frost game. That was very impressive. But unfortunately, Absolute Rain did fall short the next game. I don't know who played that next game, but back to Group D. Miami looks really strong. You know, we know Nuck doesn't make a lot of changes to his roster. I feel like he's the more quiet GM, but displays the performance on the field, and he does such a good job with his team. And then East Coast Bandits, I mean, they came here to play. Skizzy, Evo, and those guys have been phenomenal throughout so far the first 2 games. Very impressive work. And then Detroit and Paris are kind of like the on an island right now at the bottom, but this can get very mixy. Mind you, last major, Detroit and Miami went to 5, and Miami just slid by them. And then with that old roster with Sheesh in them. So this is going to be interesting. And then the Paris ones should be interesting. I feel like Paris could fall last, unfortunately, due to the fact of the inconsistencies and the lack of chemistry right now. But on paper, it looks pretty interesting.
It
So
looks
I
good.
think the Group D is going to come close as well. Group D is going to come really close as well. But I think East Coast could really
I
take it.
think East Coast is going to take it, and I think with Paris picking up Farmy, because Farmy has been cooking with as an E sub as his prior week and has definitely earned a contract signing with a team. I feel like he's earned that, and I feel Paris is probably the best spot for him. And Burke there can definitely mold some players around with BBD, Tape, and Kane. Also with the addition of Farmy as well. I think this Division D is going to get a little spicy the more this major goes on. But East Coast, they look strong, man. East Coast looks strong. Miami's looking good. I mean, they had 2 Map 5 matches this week against Texas and New Jersey. Sorry, how to find it. And yeah, like Knock is just your top guy on this team. He finds a way to get the match, get the job done. I mean, he had a 1.35 KD in the series against Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and in the series against New Jersey. Let me find it real quick. And in the match against New Jersey, I mean, nothing's too high against New Jersey. It was more tighter, but he did pop up. He did pop a 1.07 KD in the match in the series against New Jersey as well.
You want to know the craziest thing, Clouter? Last night I was up late finishing my paper. I was up to like 3, 4 a.m., right?
Yeah.
And as I went to bed, I promise you, I had a vivid dream. Here's my hot
Mine
take:
too. Sorry, against New Jersey. My bad. Fuck.
Nuck will win MVP for Major Two.
You had a dream? Is that what you dreamed?
I had a dream. The dream, the epiphany spoke to me, and it told me that Nuck will win MVP for Major Two. I just had it. I just feel it. I feel it, man. I really feel it, dude. He's been playing phenomenal throughout close games, but I just feel like he's going to shine. And I know FedEx has been working him, but I think he's trying to figure out his schedule, and I think he has a solid team. That's a hot take, and I mean, there's really amazing players out there: Gelato, Zorbs, Juzin, Skizzy, right, Kaori, many more to go. Whoever's on Absolute Rain, whether it's Noah, Rev, or those guys could shine. But I just feel it in my veins right now and in my bloodstream that Nuck, Dylan Codd will come out MVP of Major Two. That's just my guess.
He's starting off strong, man. He has 1.44 KD right now. I mean, I do like this Miami roster, man. And Knox, Parks, Vortex having a few good maps as well. There's a few maps there I see as well that he's been popping over a 1 KD. That's great to see out of him. I feel like he is definitely a solid 2 pointer to have on Miami as well, on top of Parks for an AR, and then you have Sins rounding out that entire roster. This roster looks really good going forward, And yeah, I agree, man. I think Nook, if you and I can, I'll double down with you, man. And if you think Nook is a potential to be Major 2 MVP this major, then I can definitely see it as well.
I did also get really high before I went to bed, so maybe that's what it was. But that Benjamin told me, "Nuck, man, I'm telling you, dude, I'm freaking telling you, man. Like it's legit, it's legit, man." But that's what I would say for Miami. But this Division D is going to look really interesting.
This Div D is going to look interesting, man. And that's same thing as East Coast. I wanted to see some stats on East Coast real quick. I'm trying to see with East Coast. And like you said, now I mean, yeah, the East Coast boys are doing good as well. I mean, only have dropped 2 maps, I think. Have lost 2 drop. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's only 2 maps. One in Scar and one on Colossus. Actually, both in Hardpoint. Actually, they lost both those games in Hardpoints. But their overload in S&D with this East Coast team is looking really good. Um, I'm pretty sure they have one of the top KDs in S&D right now,
Mm-hmm.
as of right now. And I think if East Coast can find a way to win some hard points, because it seems like right now their hard point is what they're struggling in right now. So if they can find a way to clean up the hard points a little bit, then this team comes from being really good to scary good. And yeah, I like you said, this Div D is going to get interesting, man. And hopefully now next week, maybe I can see East Coast and Miami too. I don't know who do they play next week. I kind of want to know who do they play. That's week 1. Fuck, my bad. So Miami goes up against Paris and Stanford this week, and East Coast goes up against Texas and New Jersey.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's crazy. What's up, Striker? What's up, old man? How we doing, brother? It's just crazy to me because dude, it's so crazy. I mean, his stats like dropped dramatically on the money cam. Whatever drama that happened in the backfield with Johnny Cod, I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know if it had anything to do with it. I still think Johnny and those guys are still going to really play well. But unfortunately, I think whoever Cope said it, Los alleviated a lot of the pressure, and Johnny's going to have to fill in and absorb the spots. And right now, Johnny has come too close, but they have not closed the deal. They have not closed the game. They got to finish. That's really what it comes down to. Dub Fets, what's up, Reflectory, baby?
Yeah, I think it comes down to that as well. I think if New Jersey can figure out the respawns, go back here for a second. Because I'm pretty sure. Actually, you know what's funny? I do believe as well that these guys, that New Jersey, at the start of the last major was definitely one of the best teams in S&D, and I'm pretty sure they so far started off after week 1 going 0-4. Yeah, they're 0-4 in the S&D with a .71 KD and a -12 round differential right now after week 1. So not looking good out of the team that used to run over other teams in S&D. The overload is pretty round dead even, and then the only way they're winning maps is in the hard points. 3-1 in their hard points with a 1.03 KD. I mean, it's not the best. I think if you're New Jersey, you just got to clean up that S&D. I think that S&D is definitely where they need to clean up if they're looking to get some wins, get some W's on the board. And that's
I mean, yeah, you guys. I gotta be honest. Some of you guys are such respawn demons. Like, don't be afraid to fucking scrim S&D, boys. I mean, you got people last night screaming. Detroit was screaming overload last night. Sounds crazy, but you know what I mean. I feel like those teams that dip their feet and extend into the other waters of the modes in scrims on their off days, they will shine more. They will play better. So it's almost a fine in S&D. Yeah, it's tough. People don't like to scrim that, but I think if you could scrim S&D and optimize your S&D talent, I think you could win any mode. For the most part, that's when an S&D wins your championship. So, you play more patient, trigger discipline, power positions, things like that. Play much slower, iron up, whatever it is. So things like that. Detroit also lost 2 maps out of totally. Yeah, you guys were playing late last night. So so don't be afraid to practice.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
practice.
and on the S&D, like you said, like I was telling you earlier before the pod starts, Detroit is also hasn't scored an S&D win yet this major. OVO is another team that hasn't scored an S&D win yet this major. Bermuda, New Jersey, absolute rain. Now I know it's only after week 1, so that's fair enough. But it's just but out of the 16 teams, seems like everyone has somehow reached a S&D dub outside of those teams. So. Uh, Maybe like you said, no scrim in those modes. I know for a fact that us at Toronto, we're trying to scrim some S&D and some overload to get better at it too. Because I mean, there's only so much hardpoint you can scrim until you're like, okay, now we need to work on something else, just in case the hardpoint doesn't work.
Is Clouter in-game name have 760 at the end of it? Clouter?
Yes, I think so. If so, he and I.
He and I played ranked this morning.
Oh, legit? Was that the Scar match, Casper?
Wow. Casper on an alt? That's crazy. No, I was kidding.
No, low key, I think I did play with Casper this morning because I was also playing. And you were Casper was shit talking someone actually. He was shit talking one of our teammates because I heard that. I was just chilling. And this Casper comes on, and he just starts shitting on our teammate.
Yeah, Casper's officially back, man.
Oh, that was funny. Oh, that's lit. Yeah, that was me, Casper. That's crazy.
That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, no. I guess moving on to outside of New Jersey, out of Div C as well, we have Texas with an 0-2 start. Not the start you want to see out of Texas with the Andy Cod Zealot duo back in action. Obviously with their roster phenom, and I don't know who else has played for their 2-pointers. Bear with us.
Yeah. While Clout finds out, Texas is in shambles.
You think they're in shambles already?
Yeah, the appeal isn't there, unfortunately. No offense to anybody on Texas, you know what I mean? But it doesn't look good. It didn't really look good BO6. They had some surprising moments against certain teams during the regular season back at BO6 and back in Major 1, but unfortunately, the appeal to attract free agents has not worked, and they are kind of skinning at the edge of their teeth right now with trying to find talent, and with also Andy Cod and Zealot being permabanned on PC, makes it way more difficult. So they're going to have to figure
Zealot,
out.
Sensor, Furic, and Phenom, and Zealot is leading the team with the KD of 1.02, and everyone after that is negative. They've only won 2 maps, one in Overload, one in S&D. They haven't scored a hardpoint win yet, and their KD all around on all 3 modes are just down in the negative. So yeah, I guess it seems like Texas is struggling to find their way on the map right now early on in the season, which is, like you said, not good. And I mean, if they are in shambles early on, it's not going to look good for the rest of the major, especially in the next upcoming weeks.
Yeah, they are. If they drop the next 2, it's going to be tough to get out of that, man.
They play OVO and East Coast. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is a tough.
East Coast could go 3-0, and OVO could be the same. And I don't know, man.
This Texas roster did take Miami to map 5, so they do have a way of
no, they did, yeah,
of surprising us, of surprising us, but the odds are definitely against them here going into week 2 matches. Definitely against East Coast Bandits, probably a top 3 team in the CXP right now, and OVO also one of the top teams in the league right now. And I mean, guess off that we can bounce right into OVO. Having a 1-1 start. With not having Splashy this major, having a 1-1 week is not the end of the world for OVO. I think they're looking pretty good here. I know you had some stuff to say about OVO. Me and you were talking about that earlier. So let you take it away.
Yeah. Oh wait. By the way, are we doing the other divisions as well?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. No. Yeah. For OVO, I mean, they just picked up Casper. I think you definitely got to use him. In my opinion, I think he is a better gunny than internal. That's just what I feel. And they're both OBJ oriented. But the thing with OVO though, it's weird because like we know, Juzen didn't play, and Emotify came in, and Emotify their way with Stanford. But the thing with OVO, it's weird because it's kind of like how when I was on OVO, again, they stay true to who they kind of play their roster as close as it can be to how it's always been. So continuity is there. The thing is, though, it's splashy. Kawhi Leonard going to Toronto Raptors. That's how I view it. It's insane. There's a big three in New York. OVO right now can still be a competitor, though. But the thing is though, Juzen is be more team oriented, and I think that's what it's going to have to do. They gotta be a team oriented player. He can't just go around and slay. There's going to have some type of structure there. I think with the Modify being in there last night, helped him just a little bit more on the slaying. Juzen just going to have to be a little bit more of a leader and a big role player for that team. He's going to be he's the face of the franchise right now. And Kato is a great owner and sticking with Eternal. And then Hybrid is the wild card, in my opinion, because Hybrid is going to have to step up. He's unfortunately regressed since BO6. The 4-pointer Hybrid that we knew from BO6 is not the Hybrid in BO7, and Hybrid needs to either flex or get off the sub or to start shooting bots before, because Hybrid, unfortunately, in my opinion, just has declined a little bit.
He hasn't performed up to his standards, and I totally agree.
Yeah. So, but OVO is still a contender, in my opinion, with Juzen. But like I said, Juzen has to take on that face of the franchise role. And Kato, again, with Kato being strong in the AR still, and Eternal trying to take a step back, not doing too much, playing the OBJ, lay down if you have to. I think they can still do it. But they're going to need some sub pressure from Hybrid. They're going to need some AR presence. And Juzen's going to have to be the number one franchise player, because you get to fill splashy shoes. So, it's crazy, So they got a big dub last night against Stanford, or whatever they played.
After a rough 3-0 from East Coast, it was definitely a big bounce back against Gelato and them last night in Stanford, with a 3-1 dub, putting them at a 1-1 record, keeping them up in the standings. And like you said, I agree. I think this OVO team comes down to how, and it's not trying to put a lot of pressure on Hybrid, but if Hybrid can bounce back and play like that old self that we all know Hybrid can play as, I think this OVO team can be scary.
Word. Oh, Clout, turn your mic up a little bit.
I seen that. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit. All right.
But yeah, it's crazy. Kawhi Leonard, man, going to Toronto. New York literally has the chance to win it all, man. This major. They look so scary.
Definitely look at the favorites. Before I jump back to Div A, I guess we can talk about Gelato, Perk, and them and down in Stanford as well, because they also had a 1-1 week as well. Outside of their... now I'm in your ears? Okay. Hold on.
Yes.
But yeah, no, so... Gelato, Perk, Colin, and Arab Money. I mean, they had a tough loss last night against OVO, but they started off strong in their first match of the major. I forget who they played. I'm gonna try to find out. Bear with us, folks. Me and Fets have been super busy, so we're trying to half scuff it here. Oh, against New Jersey. Went 5 with New Jersey.
That New Jersey game was insane, man. Everybody, like I said, all eyes on Johnny that game because of the whole accusations and drama behind it. And then watching Stanford perform was insane. I mean, like I said, Gelato, especially with the Stanford team for the last, 2 majors, even kind of like in BO6 a little bit, Gelato is still sticking with Arab money. Colin has inserted came into the slot as a sub player. He played really well last night. And then Perk, I know Perk was kind of beating himself up last night, but I know they will bounce back. This is, it's just one game. And I think, obviously Emotify being the E-sub, the 6-7 pointer E-sub, we know he's eerie. We know what he could do. I've seen him have really bad games, but last night he was on it. And, I know Stanford will bounce back. They have continuity there, just like OVO. I want to see OVO and Stanford play again at full force with Juzen, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned the Clouter before this episode. I was like, what if Juzen did play last night? does Stanford win? Like, I don't know, because that first OVO match against East Coast Bandits was really rough to watch. OVO came close on the hardpoint exposure, but just could not hold the lanes down, and they just got to figure out a way to create sub pressure, and that's what's going to happen because you have two guys that are pretty much OBJ oriented, especially in hybrid as well. But hybrid needs to start activating. So with Stanford here, Colin comes off activated off the rip, and he's been playing much better. Gelato again being the team leader, and then Arab Money doing his thing, and Perkiana. And then, again, the wild card here is going to have to be Reggie because he's the new addition to the team. Big signing for him. Again, I don't think you and I, Cloud, I don't think either of us expected that.
No.
To go to Stanford, and I know Perk has a lot of passion. I know he's gonna
Perk is gonna bounce back.
Excel. He's gonna excel. Yeah, he's gonna excel very well. So
it's only one map for week 1. You know what I mean? I think if you're a team that's 0-2 right now, you're getting a little worrisome maybe. And I know there's only a few. I know that pretty much comes down to, I think, New Jersey, Texas, and West Coast. I think everyone on that after that is 1-1 or 2-0. It's also pretty tight, but those 0-2 teams are definitely the teams to look at going forward into if they're able to bounce back in time to be able to make it to this major, because obviously it's the top 10 teams that make it through, and then the bottom 6 go with the D-League teams win the pool of death, which obviously we will cover more in weeks to come. But yeah, no, I think if you're Stanford or OVO, I think you just gotta hope for your younger point players, like you refer them as, like in hybrid and Perk and Colin and Kato, and if you can get improvement from those players going forward, then I think OVO and Stanford are gonna be top teams once again during this major as well, even with new ownership for both squads.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
And then
he's talking about retiring after this major. Damn,
not Reggie.
Nah, not Reginald, man. Nah, man.
But yeah, I guess we can jump to the super team here in Div A. That is, well, I guess in quotation marks, super team, which would be New York, having a dominant week, probably more dominant than East Coast and Miami. With a 3-0 win against Plattsburgh and a 3-1 win against Las Vegas, this team looks good, man. And I want to believe. Well, I don't want to believe. I want to say that we may be at fault, Fits, because we did sit here and go, hey man, EU really could make a big move with you and Bear, and my man went and got splashy, and he picked up Palsy, and this team looks really, really good.
It's funny you mentioned that, you brought that up, because like we know it's. I feel like they never fail to make big moves. Like New York always makes these like blockbuster moves, and to get splashy, like I said, Kawhi Leonard going to Toronto, DeMar going to fucking, I don't even know where he went at the time, Spurs or whatever. I don't even know. Yeah, whatever it was, that big trade. You know what I mean? And that shit happened on my birthday. I woke up and I saw that. I was like, bro, there's no way that happened. And like, this is literally where it's at. And I wouldn't even put it in quotation mark. This is a super team, 100%. They have talent in their zeros with Striker. I love Striker. My old man Striker and Palsy, old man Striker. Oh, Striker still got it. I know Striker says he doesn't got it, but I know. Yo, what's up, Dre Bird? How we doing, Poppy? I know Striker still got it in him. He's got, and then Palsy IGL 0. But I mean, to keep Bear at the cornerstone and then get splashy, it's insane. And then Eras sliding in, that's a huge bet. It's insane. They have a chance to win. They have to win it. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, when you make a move like that, you gotta win it all. But
I think EE's sights is on winning Major 2, and I think he has the roster to do it. I mean, and it's crazy too. You pick up Splashy, and Bear is having an unbelievable start to the major. I mean, he's leading the league with the highest KD right now. I mean, this man is Jeremy Bear. He is shooting, and I mean, if he keeps it up, and then Splashy Splashy, which we all know can put up big numbers, and when he gets going as well, having that tandem with Eraz and Palsy or Striker at the bot at the in the bottom, I guess area, I guess you should in the depth area, I guess. Uh, it's a fucking crazy roster on paper, and they're definitely showing it on the map as well. I mean, a 1.3 KD and hardpoint right now. The team is buzzing in S&D. I don't know where their one map loss came from. I'm gonna find that out right now. But like, yeah, this team is just looking way too strong right now, and they lost
Yeah,
S&D in Vegas.
yeah. When you make a move like that, you got that's chips on the table. You know, soldier first round, second round pick. Word out, chilling at work, bro. Trying to get us nice, bro. It's crazy. This is going to be the team to beat, in my opinion. But this division is going to look really interesting with Toronto and Absolute Rain.
West Coast not getting the start that they wanted either. Obviously, I know more about that night with West Coast as well. I also realized that their logo is not updated down there. It's Absolute Rains. Oh, we'll fix that momentarily. But yeah, no, West Coast not getting the week that they wanted. Obviously, they had a 3-0 forfeit to Bermuda due to GA breaks, and then followed that up with a map 1 forfeit against Toronto, and then a 3-1 loss following that against Toronto as well to start off with a 1-6 map count record. Not ideal from the boys down on West Coast. It seems like that these boys dominate. Same like remember we had the word on the street is that West Coast was crazy and that they were going to make a very big
Yeah,
impact. And
yeah,
I think ever since they've been called up, man,
yeah.
they haven't
Yeah. It's a
they've
little.
been ghost.
It's a little bit of a disappointment. Like I said, they got to start expanding their free agent pool and start looking at free agents, start trying to get the appeal going. And I know their host is also because they're all West Coast, so they got to start finding a rhythm with their players. I know Melo subbed at one point for the last game, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, he subbed in for
But
the Toronto series.
yeah, so they West Coast has got to figure out a way to adapt with the team they have and start reaching out to other players to bolster their roster. They're going to have to do that. Sometimes sticking with the same 4, 5, or 6 works, but in this scenario, since they are a new team and they came in from the D League, and no one really knew them, now since they're in the main league, they're going to have to make adjustments here. But I mean, I'm sure they'll figure it out. Chapo is still playing really well, so but yeah, for West Coast.
And to be honest, man, to jump back on that Toronto series, man, I don't know if Melo's work schedule is back right now, but if it's back to normal. But man, that guy shoots as a 1-pointer, man, and he definitely should be snagged up on a team for sure. Because when he's on the map, he shoots, man. Whether he's e-subbing or he's on a team, Melo is just an all-around solid 1-pointer to have. But I know that his work schedule is also fucked. So I don't know if that's still the case now or not. But yeah, West Coast off to a rough start, and I totally agree with you, Feds. I think that's what they had to do. They have to reach out a little bit. They need to expand the roster a little bit, and just try to reach out. I know there's lots of players in the league that are willing to play. There's a lot of FAs. Obviously, I just mentioned one in Mello. And just build around a few other extra players so you got that depth, so you're able to at least field a team on the map when you have a match to play. Obviously, it cost them a map against Toronto, and and then obviously, the GA breaks in the Bermuda game as well. But they also had to get e-subs for the Bermuda game as well, right? So I think
Yeah.
I think just going forward, I think just if they can expand the roster a little bit, I think West Coast can make it a little interesting. But an 0-2 start again, like same as Texas and New Jersey, not the start that you're looking for after week 1.
Yep. Yeah, I agree 100%. 100%.
Yep. And then obviously jumping into Absolute Rain, who kicked off their week with an absolute, I guess in our terms, I guess we could call it an upset, but I mean, me and you knew that this Absolute Rain team was going to be, the Absolute Rain Toronto Frost matchup was going to be tight. A big win for them, a big 3-1 win for them over Toronto to kick off their Major 1, and then follow that up with a 3-0 loss to, who'd they lose to? Because me and you were also talking about that this morning.
They lost to Skyliners, Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix. Yeah, they got 3-0'd by
Yeah,
Phoenix
yeah.
afterwards.
That was
So
a big stinker right there.
yeah. I do like this
Uh,
absolute rain team though. Obviously Revan coming back into the league is good. It's good to see, man. He's shooting. Stubby is also there as well, and then obviously Randon having his first start against Phoenix, but obviously having the duo of Revan and Farmy in that first matchup against the Toronto Frost roster was definitely a really solid duo. It's super unfortunate because I actually thought after that series was gonna be done that Farmy was actually gonna stay with AR, but obviously went over and signed with Paris. I think that's a huge pickup for Paris. But yeah, this absolute rain team is looking also good as well. And I don't want to say that maybe the team would look better with Farmy, but I don't know yet. We're still early on into the season because obviously after 3-1, I would like to say dominant win over Toronto, or well, yes, a dominant win over Toronto in a 3-1 fashion. Then to fall 3-0 to Phoenix. There's still a big question mark on AR. I think.
yeah, it was yeah, Rev with a .64. I mean, unbelievable stinker. Brandon with a .65 and Unk with the .27. It's just you let Act at a 2.15. I mean, unfortunately that just was a dominant performance out of Phoenix.
I'm
and
like in the
they're
chat there too. Like they're just wondering if Burke owns Paris, right? Yeah, if I'm Burke, you kind of want to try to start Farmy, man. He's been hooping, like he's been hooping all week. He's been shooting. He's all over the map, man. That's why I think, in my opinion, there's question marks around this absolute rain team right now for me, only because like I think with Farmy and Rev, that duo, it was strong against Toronto, but it seems like once they broke apart, that the team like Phoenix. Now, again, nothing against Phoenix. I mean, we'll talk about them shortly in the 1-1 division over there on the right hand side. But I feel like that AR team probably could have took out Phoenix. Now, in fairness, they do get Noah back next week, right? No, I think Noah can play next week, right? Am I right in saying that?
I think so. Yeah, no one needs to play.
So I
He
think
needs to
Noah comes
like.
back into this lineup into week 2. So I guess we will see if Noah and Rev can get on the same level, and because I think if Rev has the help, like he had with Farmy in the first series, I think this team can be dangerous as well going forward.
No,
But
100%. They're gonna have to. I mean, Rev again, like Rev and Noah, they're a duo. They're gonna have to start playing together, start establishing some chemistry on this team. But that was the stinker. They got to be more consistent. Unfortunately, you
yep,
can't have Rev drop at a .64. That's insane.
no.
That's crazy to me. So
And then for
yeah.
our last team in Div A, I'm gonna hand the spotlight over to you, sir, for for your opinion on this. And if you mention my .51, I'm just I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just gonna be fuming in my chair.
um, Toronto on paper looks amazing. I think they look great. They have AR presence. They're gonna have to just. I think they just got to practice more. Especially work around Dizzle a lot. Dizzle started off hot in that series. Excuse me, with Absolute Rain, but unfortunately just fell short. A lot of solo challenging out of him halfway through that scar. So things like that are gonna have to get back into the Toronto form that they needed. But I will tell you this: we saw
I got you.
how
G, I got
Major
you,
One.
G.
We know how Major
I
One
don't have an
turned
answer for
out,
that
and
yet.
we know how Major One turned out for the regular season in Toronto, and look where they ended up at the end of the bracket. So, I think there's still hope. The pedigree is still there for Toronto. Again, obviously, like I didn't want me to mention it, but again, like I think it was a game.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, that was rough.
They're gonna bounce back. They're gonna be fine. I'm not worried about them. I think they could fall second here. I want to see another Absolute Rain matchup, but Absolute Rain with Noah and Chance could be really interesting. To compete with Toronto. But man, Cope and Clouter duo just has to be locked in, and then have Dizzle on the AR. Really. And then who's your fourth? Reason, right?
Reason, yeah, Reason.
Yeah, Reason had a bad stinker, man.
Reason
It was
had a
rough.
bad series, and I had a bad
Yeah,
series too. We
so
kind of left Cope and Dizzle out out to the Wolves that matchup.
Yeah, I bet
Um,
next series you guys play really well. I mean, after the third week, you know what I mean? I think you
yeah,
guys will play much better next game.
I
So
think
I'll say that.
for this week for our matchup, I haven't really looked yet, but we'll look at that. I'm gonna go back to the weekly matchups now after we talk about all the teams, and then we can kind of see how we want to see who we're favoring as the week goes on. But yeah, no, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll bounce back. I think it all comes down to getting some reps in. Obviously with Roomba as well. I do like the addition of Roomba on the team as well.
See you here, man.
Uh, Roomba is really good at pointing out where we're going wrong too. So we're working on it as a work in progress. We're trying to fix up on some stuff that we're for a new team being put together. But yeah, in my biased opinion, I guess yeah, I hope that we bounce back in week 2. I think we will, and we'll see what happens. So. But yeah, then moving over on Division B, man, it's 1-1 all across the board here in Div B. All teams got 1 win, 1 loss. Had a pretty, I guess, I mean, if you were to look at it in terms of how your week went, I'd be like, you know what, this is pretty solid to start off. You're not up, you're not down. You're just, you got out there, you're testing yourself a little bit, and you got to win and you got to loss. Uh, like as for Phoenix, Phoenix started off, ended their week with a 3-0 against Absolute Rain, which had to feel good, uh, knowing that this team, 3-1 Toronto prior to that matchup, in a dominant way. And obviously, I think before that, I think Phoenix got 3-0. No, they got 3-1. I'm trying to see by which team.
Yeah. And they lost to
Was
Paris,
it
right?
Paris?
I
I'm trying to
think.
find out. Hold on. Yeah, it was to Paris. Yeah, 3-1 to Paris. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh. They lost to
Plattsburgh. Oh, okay.
3-1 to Plattsburgh. Yeah. Yeah, that was the one that 3Z put up in chat, was like, yeah, on to the next one or something
Oh
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
after
yeah,
he
yeah.
posted it up. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
alrighty. But yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah, you go.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, you're
No,
good,
no,
you're
go ahead,
good,
go
you're
ahead.
good. No, you go.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think I got to see more. I got to see Act for this team to be successful. Act and also I have to play together.
You
I
know
don't
what?
see it any other. I don't see it any other way.
You know what a good term
Um,
is for this division, this Div B? It's just a bunch of we need to see more. Like we're unsure of yet. We've seen a
yeah,
lot of good and we've seen a lot of bad, and we don't know what's gonna come out on top. We don't know if it's gonna be good, and we don't know if it's gonna be bad.
literally,
But we're just
yeah.
here to
You know,
watch. I think you can say that for all 4 of these teams, and I think that's what makes this division interesting. Um, I think Phoenix is looking good, like you said. Oscillate and Act have to get together. I think for Bermuda, it's same with Ruler and Diesel. My boys over in Bermuda, they just got to those 2 guys got to figure out Las Vegas. I think I know Tuna's FA now, isn't he? Tuna also
yeah, yeah.
left,
He's a FA now. Yeah,
which was
yep,
also crazy. That was out of the
yeah.
blue. That was the last thing I was expecting. And
Yeah.
then there's Plattsburgh. I don't know who's on the Plattsburgh roster, but I do know. I just need to look and find it.
I
And
think
be
it's like
reminded.
SETI Scopes. I think
Oh,
or
SETI
something
and
like that.
Scopes. Yeah, SETI and them. Yep. And Plattsburgh.
Um, I would say it's about Bermuda. I'm not worried about them. They're a very tenacious team. They're
I'm not
gritty.
either. I
They're a
think.
second half team for sure. I know Ruler and EXO and Diesel are going to figure it out. Try inserting Gabe or Dior, whoever you want to call him. I think
Yep.
Dior's back.
I think these guys are
You know,
trying to, and I think it comes down to maybe the roster change too. Maybe the roster adjustment for Bermuda. You know what I mean? Where it was Ruler, Diesel, EXO, and who was their 4th last season? Uh,
Diesel,
oh shit.
EXO.
AC's in the chat. AC, who was your 4th last major? I know you're chilling in there. I seen your name in there. But yeah, I think and I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it's a the Dyer's issue either. I'm just saying I think with the adjustment of a different that different fourth player joined in that trio, it's just a little adjustment period. And I agree with you. I think these guys are a second half team as well. Censor. Oh, okay, Censor. Yeah. So I think I do agree with Fets. I think these guys are a second half team. So I mean, if we see Bermuda start off 1-3 here or a 2-2 next week, if they can keep pace, these guys always bounce back on the second half of the season. And
Yeah,
I'm not
they
worried about them
are
either.
they are gritty and tenacious. Don't sleep on this team. I think a lot of people slept on them in Major One. And they made some noise a little bit in the bracket. I liked EXO. I like Ruler. I like that duo together. They're
I
fun
like
to
this team,
watch.
man. Yeah, and Diesel as well,
They're
man.
fun.
Like I was telling you, this they have like the perfect duo tandems. I feel, and I think they're still showcasing it now, where you have Ruler and Diesel on the respawns, and then when it comes down
Hmm.
to S&D, it's like Diesel takes a back seat, and then XO just excels in the S&D, and he's able to get around the map. You know what I mean. It's just like you have XO for S&D as well, and it comes down to S&D wins championships, and I mean it might not have seen that maybe in the first couple weeks. But I think as the major goes on, XO is going to start, providing more a little bit in the respawn, and then Diesel will provide a little more in the S&D, and then this team is looking really really good.
Yeah, I would just say
Down the
this. I
road.
would say with only thing about Bermuda, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I just think Ruler just has to take an extra step into the leadership role. I think he shouldn't have to be afraid to take a extra
Get
step
loose.
forward and
Yeah,
lead the team.
get a little
Get
loose,
loose.
or
Yeah,
yeah.
get loose. You know what I mean? And we've already seen him get loose. And then
Yep.
when I've seen him get loose, when I've casted their matches before, they are dominant. And you know what I'm saying? Like I know the chemistry of theirs is great and they're all cool homies and shit. But I'm telling you right now, if Ruler uh, excels and extends his role into being a legitimate like face of the franchise, I think they are going to be scary. And that's why that's just how I feel.
Yep. No, I'm with you. I mean, right, like they're looking good in the hard points. I mean, if they can clean up the S&D and the overload. I mean, obviously they had to forfeit their last series against West Coast, and obviously the first series that they had didn't go their way. But like you said, they'll bounce back. I think these guys are a solid hardpoint team already, and I think once you get XO flowing in those S&Ds, that will bounce back as well. And hopefully and the only thing I hope with this Bermuda team, and I know that it's a long season, so they have a lot of time to work on it, but hopefully they can work on their overload a little bit and make their overload a little bit better. And if their overload is better, then I think overall this team will be better down the road as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we have the bottom two teams right now, Las Vegas and Pittsburgh. I'll let you take this one.
I don't know too much about Las Vegas. I know Tuna left, and I don't know what the situation was around Tuna leaving. Uh, I'm trying to see now what happened there. I'm gonna try to find out. But yeah, so Tuna left, which was really weird because me and you were talking about that a week before, saying how Tuna and Benji are is a solid duo in Las Vegas. I mean, listen, the team is 1-1, but I mean they're doing the same thing that they did last major. They're up there in returns of the stats. Um, they're struggling in hardpoint right now, so I probably have to take that back. But I mean, in the S&D right now, they're 2-0 in the S&D with a 1.67 KD with a +7 round differential, and then down in the overload they have a 1.05 KD down in the overload as well. So it just seems like this team is struggling in hardpoint right now, but their S&D is fucking unreal. The highest KD in S&D right now, outside of the two matches. I know it's super early on, but I think if this team can figure out its respawns, and I think with Tuna leaving, it's now opens up the questions of, all right, can Benji find another player that has the same playstyle as Tuna to fit the mold that Vegas has been building for the last major and a half? You know what I mean? The team was all around like up top on the power rankings toward the end of the last major, and I think when it came down to the relegation matches, I mean they survived, but I don't know. I don't think this team looked the same in the major one playoffs than they did regular season, and I think it's carrying over into this major. So it's still a bunch of question marks. It's very hard. Now, like I said earlier, like this whole division is just a big question mark for me. I gotta see more. I gotta see what Benji's gonna do with this Las Vegas roster, and see if he's able to pull a roster together to have a dominant season here for Major Two. Because
Yeah.
with Tuna leaving, it's just a big question mark for me right now.
Oh, I agree, man. Yeah, their star player left, and going back to Splashy, what he said in the chat earlier, I agree with him. I think if I'm Plattsburgh, I'm looking to duo up SETI and Tuna. I think that would be a deadly duo.
I agree.
or something like that. Las Vegas again, they're a very slow team when it comes to like moves and ownerships. A lot of question marks for Las Vegas. I agree. We need more to see. Again, Plattsburgh taking down Paris was a very dominant performance out of them. I think they have interesting players on the roster. I just don't know how far they could take it. And I said this last week, same thing. Seti being back is a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And him being back is a great thing. But every single time I've seen him since he was on the Alaskan Red Wolves in BO6, was forced to do way too much. He's a player that needs a duo that can complement him as he plays through a series, compared to other players that can really take the next step and whether it's slaying or go back to OBJ. And so he's forced to do a lot more. So I'm hoping if if Plattsburgh is going to succeed, I need to see Acheon again. I mean, 1-2-1 against Phoenix. Seti had a 1-3-8. I mean, we need to see those kind of numbers. Unfortunately, Act did not play that game, so things are interesting. And we know Phoenix needs, in my opinion, needs Act and Offsite to be successful in win games. I don't think if you have Offsite by himself, I think it's the same situation, forced to do too much. So I question marks on both teams, but I think right now Plattsburgh has a little bit more of a cemented roster because of they are playing together more. Acheon, Seti. Oh, Scopes is on Las Vegas now.
Oh, is he? Is that
Yeah,
like
he is.
breaking intel?
No, I'm looking at the stats from the Phoenix Plattsburgh game, and I see his name has LV on it. So he did play. He played with Plattsburgh when they played against Phoenix. Um, yeah, that's weird. I didn't know that. Okay, but S7's on Plattsburgh now.
Oh, Vegas also signed back though. Jesus, we're like so out of the fucking loop right now.
When the fuck did he? I don't even see this.
And signing trades, man. We gotta,
I was literally scrolling. I literally scrolled.
We gotta do better research next time.
Dude, no, I literally scrolled through this all day yesterday and this morning, and I don't see anything back though.
No.
Mind you, I'm an old man, so you guys got to bear with me here.
It's the last one Benji put up there in the signing trades. It's the one that has the little fire emoji next to it.
Wow. Okay, so that changes a lot of things, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that also changes a lot of things in my opinion. Because if Backdoor plays with this Vegas roster now, that could be interesting. I'm excited to see that now as this week.
Yep.
For next week
Yeah,
as
with
well.
13-point cap, and backdoor is a 7, it could get interesting. I don't know who this virus guy is. I think he had I think his name was Gordon Ramsay before, but he changed it. So,
Ramsey.
yeah, his name was
Solid
Gordon Ramsay
player.
before he changed it to virus. I think he's okay. I think he's a decent 3-pointer. But then again, it's like if you sign these guys, it's like how do you build your roster? And again, I think Backdoor again is a phenomenal player. One of my favorite players to watch. Out of the few in the league, he dynamic, has ascended his game from BO6. He's a phenomenal player. He could win games for you. I would sign him to the Supermax contract and give him back rubs and buy him flowers every day. Because if I'm Benji, I need to do that. You need to take care of your players, and that is the biggest thing. You already had Tuna walk out. You got back though, huge pickup. Got to be able to keep your players.
Maintain them. Yep.
You got to be able to maintain them. Yep.
That's true. You know what? That is true, though. It's true that you say that, though, because it seems like all the top players that go into Vegas are only there for a short period of time before they end up dipping. And we've seen it repeatedly with that boy. We've seen it now with Tuna. I feel like there was someone else as well. Heckdog as well. So hopefully now with Backdoor entering the roster, it's not a repetition of the same old Vegas that we're seeing. I think that would probably be my main issue with Vegas and that's a solid point you make, that is just if they can keep their top guys, because it doesn't seem like that they want to stay in Vegas. They go in Vegas, they hit the roulette tables for a little bit, and then they fucking dip.
Literally.
But
Um,
heading into week 2, man, some key matchups here that I've definitely seen. Definitely Bermuda versus Absolute Rain catches my eye here for week 2. That's definitely going to be a solid match. Like we've just talked about how we'll have the Noah Rev duo probably debut on week 2, and then obviously we have the Bermuda boys uh, try to uh, extend their winning streak after their forfeit win over West Coast. So we'll see how that goes. Another one here, I guess, yeah, I guess would be the Las Vegas games as well. Back to entering Vegas, seeing how he does against Absolute Rain and West Coast Radas, and then obviously you have New York. I think New York might make easy work for their schedule this week. I think New York can take Phoenix. I think if Chapo can't figure out a roster this week, which I hope he does, it's not gonna be looking good for West Coast as well because they have a big week as well, playing against New York and
yep,
Vegas.
yep. I agree. Games that a lot of these games are great.
I agree.
Bermuda and Absolute Range should be interesting. Exo Ruler against Noah Rev, that is going to be a grueling match. Um, New York and Phoenix, it's only interesting if only Offside and Act play for Phoenix. If Act does not play for Phoenix and it's just Offside, it's lopsided. So, but I expect New York to win, but it should be a really good game. Other than that, uh, again, Phoenix, Toronto, even the Plattsburgh, like SETI against Toronto should be really fun to watch.
The Plattsburgh Toronto rematch. A lot of shit
Yeah, that
talk
should
going
be
on through the
fun.
major, so we
Yep.
get the rematch. See if Plattsburgh can get their get back.
Yeah, yep. Miami, Stanford, that's huge. I think that's got to be
Yeah, there's a
one
lot
of the
of
primetime matches.
yeah, a lot of big matches on the right hand
Um,
side between Division C and D this week for sure. Like you said, East
um,
Coast against New Jersey's one. Miami and
uh,
Stanford is another.
we potentially played NJ tonight. Anyway, what time you guys playing?
Yeah, what
Just let me
time?
know if it's
And
not too
then
late. I got to be up early in the morning, but I will say this, my back louder for the
no, you're
Detroit
good. You're good.
OVO game. That is again another primetime game, but I will say this right now: if I'm OVO, if I'm Kato, I am starting Casper over E3 or whatever the other 2 pointer is. I'm not sure. I want to see, or I just want to see it. I think Casper is just a little bit better, and he's been playing a lot more. I want to see Casper debut for OVO against Detroit this match. I think things can change. I
Absolutely.
think,
I think both Detroit matches are also must watches too, man. Detroit versus Stanford should be interesting as well, man. Courier and Reflectory against Gelato, Perk, and Colin. That also should be a crazy matchup. We told them 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, so between them we starting.
and said, okay, yeah, I'll be around.
I may hop in the booth
Just
with you. We'll see.
yeah, once you get a legit
Actually, no, I
time,
can't.
Skizzy.
I can't. I'll be skating.
Oh yeah, you be hockey. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Skizzy, just DM me an official time when you get a chance, and then I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I should
yeah.
be around.
I guess I'll say that too. I don't know how many people are in here now. I don't really have my Twitch overlay up because I have so much other shit up on my screen. But yeah, if anyone wants to book any matches for tomorrow, me and Feds are definitely game to cast like around 9:30 p.m. EST. It can be one or two matches. I think Fetch, you said that you can do earlier. I don't know if that's the case for tomorrow as well.
Yeah. The prime time, CXP prime time Wednesday. Yeah, let us know. We could do a double
So if
header.
any team owners are looking to play tomorrow, just let me and Fetz know. We will have your cast unlocked for you guys, so you guys don't have to worry about looking for
Yep.
one. We'll
Yep.
be available for you guys. And if there's an influx of matches tomorrow, then we'll either split up or
Yeah.
find some more people. So we're chilling.
Yeah. This past week, I apologize, gentlemen. I was just so busy. I didn't even open
Same for me.
Discord.
Yeah, this
Just
last week
crazy.
for me has just been crazy. But now that I'm kind of moved in, I got my setup going now. Like we can get back on
Yeah.
page.
Oh
So
wait, yeah, I forgot Casper was suspended. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, then yeah, okay.
unsportsmanlike
Like
conduct.
conduct. Yeah. I don't know. I missed so much stuff, man. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah, no. Yeah,
yeah.
so
But
yeah, just for everyone too, yeah, if we sound like we're kind of like trying to pick our food apart here and try to get all the info before we get it out, that's why we just had a kind of a chaotic week, and obviously next week we'll be back with more stats, and the power rankings will be coming soon. I think I'm gonna put the power rankings up after week 3. I think I'm gonna let more stats getting involved in me and Fetz's stat sheet, and I'm gonna also include the new stat sheet on COD stats too to the power rankings as well. So I'm gonna wait and see how all the stats lines up before we get some power rankings in. But yeah, man, a lot of big matches for week 2, man. I'm
Dude, I'm
excited.
so hyped. I hope you guys lock in for the CXP primetime Wednesdays, man, doubleheader, and also for Fridays. Clouter's around, but I'll be around Friday, night, afternoon, and nights. Just last Friday I was just so busy, but I'm free Friday. So if you guys, I wanted to do a primetime Friday night. So if you guys need me to cast Friday, just let me know, and I'll
Yeah,
main
I
cast,
think
man.
me and Fetch just want to try and cast a little bit more matches because I feel like well, for one, we definitely enjoy casting them. I definitely enjoy getting in the booth with you and shooting shit and watching boys shoot.
We might have a doubleheader
Um,
Friday.
yeah,
Okay,
so yeah,
bet,
so
bet,
just
bet.
hit up Fetch for that, and if I'm around, I'll definitely jump in the booth as well. But yeah, no, yeah, no. Hopefully we get some more casted between me and you because I do enjoy casting with you. It's always a fucking
Yeah.
laugh.
Yeah, if anybody, yeah, for Wednesdays, for Wednesday it'll be me, Clouder and I, but for Friday nights, since it's a Friday night and chill, I'm gonna be drinking and chilling and stuff. So if you guys have a PlayStation 5, the party will be open. I'll share my screen and then we could just vibe out and cast together. But Wednesdays will be a little bit more, I don't know, I'm not even professional. It'll be a little bit more
Well, no, it'd
intense
just be
because
more
Clouder and I are
central.
gonna,
It'd be central more
yeah,
around me and you, and then we're gonna include
yeah,
the match. Hopefully down the road, we're gonna implement those matches down the road.
yeah,
When
yeah.
I get more set up here, so all that's gonna come in weeks to come.
Yeah, Clouder
Uh,
moved into his brand new mansion, guys.
yes.
Yeah.
As the boys in the office in Toronto say, yeah, I moved into my fucking Toronto mansion with all of our fucking funding out of all of our winnings, our top three winnings. Took it and went on. But yeah, I guess to slowly, I guess I'll say this. I'll reiterate, re, I'll bounce back to from the start of the pod. That we are proud that we have sponsored with or have a partnership with CODStats.com for our CXP league. So how so obviously it's a site that you guys can go on to. You'll be able to see our CXP league here, and you can obviously go through all the stats for player stats, go through all the ratings, KDs, kills, deaths. You can sort all this stuff if you guys want to and see who has the highest KD in the league right now, who's the highest rating player, and obviously the rating is based off of a formula that the CXP admins have put in place. And obviously you can see the breakdown of all of that as you highlight over the rating.
Yeah,
Uh,
Casper, it's our new shit, man.
yes,
Our new partnership.
post link. I
Yes,
think
sir.
E is gonna post the link in chat. I tried to post it in here and
It
it
should
didn't
it
work.
should
And
be in
that
announcements. Check announcements. It should be there.
should be also be an announcement. Yeah, the link for this website
Yeah.
is in the announcements. I meant to make a command for it earlier, but I forgot, which is my bad. But that's all good. But yeah, so you can see all the players here. In here, you can see all the match results. So instead of going through Discord, you can see everything through here. You can obviously jump into these matches then. And through all here, you can see the scoreboard. You can see the series MVP. I like this. I like how it gives a curve of like Kaori's like fucking maps. So map 1 he was 1.5. He dipped a little bit in map 2, went back up in map 3, and yeah, then he dipped back down in map 4. But yeah, you can see all the scoreboards here with the maps and the modes. You can see the team KDs and all the stats here. It's pretty fucking cool, man. Um, I gotta say, and you can obviously see the schedule, and then it gives you the standings for overall that me and Fets have on our show as well. So they're here as well. And then there's a bunch of other stuff here that everyone can kind of look at. There's also a Hall of Fame section, which I didn't mention earlier, which shows all the highest stuff going on so far this season. Obviously Quick Tuna is leading the single map highest KD right now with an 8.0. Act has the most kills in a single map right now with 47. And then there's Diffuses, Plants. Obviously the most first bloods in a single map is tied between Reflectory and Knock. So this is all
Yeah,
cool.
it's so cool, man. It's just official. It's cleaner. It's elegant,
Yep.
exquisite. Every name in the book, man.
And there's closed
And
map performances. Like there's a bunch of stuff here that you guys can go through and just click through and see for yourself what's here. There's also gonna be player transactions here as well. So obviously, whoever gets added to a roster or traded, so it'll all be in the transaction area as well. And there's also a tab here for D League as well. I don't know if the D League is set up for this yet, but I think that's a work in progress as well. So the D League will also be on this page as well. So yeah, no, it's all in all a really really cool website that we have here, and shout out to COD Stats, and I think there was another league that E mentioned earlier that helped us get a partnership with this, and it's definitely super cool. I'm definitely excited to use this as well,
Yeah,
and
it's so
it's
dope,
dope
man.
as fuck, man, to be able to see. So I think there was something else I was going to mention about this, and I kind of forgot it as I was going through the Hall of Fame section. But um, yeah, and also if you're really curious, you want to be one of those stat geeks, and you want to know like how your team is doing, you can go here and you can open up any other team, and it kind of gives you like a wavement of the KD trend here. Gives you the player KDs here and who's above and who's performing, who's not. Gives you the map records, the mode records, the roster with their KDs. Gives you a quick summary about how the team is doing. And it tells you here like I guess it says for Bermuda they're struggling in the slaying power and respawn right now. And it gives you a whole bunch of stats here. And then obviously you can go to, I don't think I did this earlier either. We could do like a head-to-head between like Miami. I know I did do this. Miami and Phoenix type deal. And it gives you like a whole overview, maps. It can look over. Oh man, you can go into the maps too, Fets. What the fuck? Gives you like
Yeah,
a
man,
map average
dude,
as well.
it
Dude,
is
this
so
is
cool.
crazy. Gives you a fucking hardpoint thing and S&D. So you can view the head-to-head on maps and modes. So all in all, man, a super cool website, man. Super stoked that we have it. It's codstats.com. You can plug that into your web browser there. Make an account, and under the amateur leagues, you should be able to see the CXP league there. Yeah, it's I agree, AC. It's super crazy for
Yeah,
stats.
isn't that sick, AC, bro? It's so dope, man. Shout out.
So dope.
Listen, we couldn't do it without everybody in the league that competes and participates, man.
That is true
So
too. Yeah, shout out to everyone
it's
that plays,
really
man, and takes part. And I don't mean to cut Fets off there by saying the same
nah,
thing,
man.
but yeah, no, shout out to everyone, man, that plays. And and I feel like this league here, we're so. I know there are a few people have their burnout moments and whatnot, but I think all in all, like we got a good community here, man, and everyone's here to shoot shit for fun, man, and makes it more rewardable for me and Feds to be here doing this week in, week out, showing how much passion that we all have here, for most of us have in the league here and play and being a part of it. So, hopefully it's only up from here and it gets more crazy. I will say though, again, I don't know who, for everyone who's here, it's probably should be an announcement for technically everyone, but try not to rage quit your matches or leave early, because I think that fucks it up for putting it in on this website. I don't know how it goes in, but I do know that the admins were saying that yeah, if a player lags out and it makes it really difficult for them to punch in those stats. I think E made a post too, and I think that was kind of the reasoning behind his post. Was that was his reasoning behind the post. Sorry, Fetch, you want to take that over for a second? I gotta look at something. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, man. Honor and a pleasure, man. Like I said, just it's awesome to just come out here and talk to you guys, break down the league, and just show people love, man, because it's fun, And
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
we just chilling out here, man. Just be
Yeah.
chilling out here.
Yeah, no, for real. But yeah, I guess now we'll. No, you know what? I forgot. I almost forgot about your fucking segment because you're ready. I'm gonna sit back. And let this man cook. We have, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever Fets' A-list of Major 2, and I'm gonna let this guy take it away.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome on in. We're in the Fets A-list segment, and let's get to it. Let's jump right into it at number 5. Now, this was tricky. At first, I had Stanford. Then I put Ovio. So I told Clouter, because it's a little early, I said put them together and I'll explain. So they're both 1-1, and Ovio just beat Stanford last night on an E sub. My thing is, if Juzen plays, if the full roster plays, does Ovio still win? And I think that was the question mark that I had. It was a great game, but the Ovio loss to East Coast Bandits, the first game of the season to kick off Major 2, was a rough start for them. Stanford still looks compatible. I like their roster just a little bit more, especially with the ARs. But I think this is a pick 'em here at number 5. But shout out both teams. At number 4, we're going, and this is crazy. This is crazy. Detroit Reign. Let me tell you something. Detroit. Leave him out. It's okay. Detroit has gotten so much better. This roster is dominant. They are not a dark horse anymore. Kaori actually finally has help. Skips, Float, and Reflectory. Getting Reflectory out of 4 is a steal. These guys look really good. They were scrimming last night on Overload. Kaori, the great white slayer, the great shark himself, swimming in the water. Gritty as it gets. I mean, it's amazing. It's so good to see Detroit really, really playing well. Cleaning up the SNDs, this is a top team, hands down. I expect them to win multiple games going forward. Close games. They played Miami OVO this week, so that should be a good one. But let me tell you something. This Detroit team is dangerous. Please do not sleep on them because they are legit. At number 3, East Coast Bandits. I know you guys saw the graphic already. East Coast Bandits, they have to be up here. They are 2-0. They have one of the higher KDs in the league. Skizzy, Evo, Prometheus. These guys have been playing really well. Skizzy is playing at an optimal level right now. From leaving Texas to go play East Coast, or to play with East Coast Bandits. 3-0 OVO, 3-2 Detroit. And this is the only reason why I gave East Coast the third, because they beat Detroit in a close game. But let me tell you something. It could go either way. The East Coast looks really good. Skizzy being the main leader, the main slayer. We saw what he could do at Texas. Now he's at East. He went to the East Coast, and they are putting on a show. They are fun to. They are surgical when it comes to the S&Ds. Shout out East Coast. These guys look good. At number 2, Miami Vice Demons. I said this earlier. My hot take is Nuck is going to win MVP this season in this major. That is my hot take. I had a dream last night, and this is where it was. They are still winning games. The only team to play back-to-back map 5s, if I'm not mistaken, they have 3-2'd back-to-back. These guys look great. I think Nuck is on a roll. I think Nuck has emerged from his shell, and I think there with him with Parks and those guys, and Sins has elevated his game as well. I like Miami at number 2. They're 2-0. East Coast and Miami matchup, if that ever happens, that is going to be a must see. Should be really fun to watch. But I have Miami right now at number 2. I don't even have to say it. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Has to be New York Impact. The big 3. Miami Heat, 2011. Dwayne Wade, Bosch, and LeBron. That's how I see it. Splashy took his talents to go to New York, and dude, they are showing it. Great 0-pointers and striker and Palsy can give you just enough. It's unspeakable if they lose games this regular season. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I would be surprised if they lost a series. They look like they won't lose. That's how good they look, and on paper they look absolutely unbeatable. But I'm curious to know how they progress throughout the season, because we know how New York kind of sometimes with scheduling, they aren't able to make games sometimes. So I'm hoping that these guys are always on schedule. They're always going to be playing. And I think with the Splashy, with his schedule, I think they're going to be playing games more. They're not going to be FFing and doing all that stuff. But I like New York. New York is the team to beat right now. If anything, these top 3 teams are top 4 teams really the team to beat right now, in my opinion, because despite OVO and Stanford, I think they're a little bit more beatable right now. But Stanford, I think, could elevate and move up to the 4-3 spot. East Coast looks really strong. Detroit looks really strong. Reflectory and Sumo look really good. And then Miami, again, the stature there is great. Just the pickup with Mars 2 as well, the 2-pointer, good, a great, solid pickup. And then New York, you can't have them, not have them at number 1. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But this is my top 5. Fets A-list, baby. That's how we do it. Thank you, guys.
I fucked up your graphic. I definitely fucked that up halfway through, but I was.
No, you're good.
I went out to check something. You know what's really funny? I went out to check something, out in the kitchen, and when I was listening to you as I was checking it, and then you went number 4, and I went, oh shit, I'm supposed to click the button. So I like hauled ass back into my room and I ended up double clicking. But yeah, no, I was like, oh shit, fuck, I have a thing I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to click a button. Fucked
You're
up
good,
clicking
Poppy.
a button. But yeah, no, that rounds out Fets' A-list for the week. Obviously, like I just mentioned earlier, but we don't have any team power rankings yet. I'm gonna wait for like maybe after week 3 for a little bit more, so we can kind of gauge on where teams stand. Obviously, right now everything seems to be really similar now for the first couple weeks. So we'll let that go through, and we'll introduce the power rankings back into the pod. Uh, and obviously now with the introduction of the COD stats website, and on top of what me and Fets do behind the scenes, we definitely are going to be able to talk a lot more in depth about these teams moving forward. It might have seemed a little, like I said, like crows picking away at trash or something from me and Feds throughout the pod. It's only because that we've been busy now this last week with some IRL stuff. Obviously, me moving, Feds has been dealing with some other stuff on top of school. So as of today, I'm pretty sure, like you mentioned before we started the pod, Feds, I think all that's cleared up on your end, and I think everything's cleared up on my end. So next week's pod is gonna be fucking crazy.
Yep.
Tomorrow night, me and Fets are available for casting matches. If anyone, if any team owners want to plan a match together, just let me or Fets know. We'll be there. And again, Fets is dedicating his Friday nights to casting. If anyone's scheduling to play Friday, and I think
Yes,
from
sir.
here on out, we should be good as a regular 5 o'clock.
Yeah, Monday is regular. Yep,
Monday,
should be the same.
Monday should
Yep.
be back to normal. I keep forgetting it's
Yep.
Tuesday.
Yeah, my lawyer
What's
beat the
funny is,
case, so we're good. What's up?
when we started this earlier, I honestly thought it was Monday. Like I was like full on.
Dude, yeah, dude, I've been so lost all over the place.
Because when who mentioned that about doing a match tonight, I was like, man, I could totally cast tonight. I'm not doing much, and I remember that it's Tuesday, and I'm fucking playing hockey in a bit, so I can't. But yeah, no, that's all from me, man. We're super stoked with this COD Stats website that we have. I know I've mentioned it probably one too many times now, but it's definitely a highlight for sure that the CXP wanted us to cover here today, on top of everything else that we usually cover. Excited for what this week has to come. We'll see. I don't have anything else, Fets. I don't know if you do before we close out here.
No, man, just thank you so much. Like I said, Clout, it's always a pleasure, my goat. And
man, same with you, dog.
and then tonight, I think I will be casting East Coast Bandits tonight in Jersey, I believe, anywhere between 8 and 10.
If you are,
because
everyone that's here, there's Fets' Twitch line. Go show that man some love
thank you,
tonight. I definitely will be.
and then definitely let us know for tomorrow. Really if you guys could figure it out. I mean, I know you guys are it's different nowadays. I know everyone's busy.
Last second, and everyone has their own stuff. But
So as soon as you guys know times and stuff, 8 p.m. confirmed. All right, so I'll be casting the 8 p.m. tonight. But for Wednesday night, for the prime time Wednesday, give us a time. We would like to do a double header. You know what I mean? I don't as much as we can. It's slot in 2, whether it's 9 and 10:30. Or 8:30 or 9:30 and then Friday night, just let me know. I'll do 3 in a row. I don't care. I'll just be chilling, and then party's open. So, but I appreciate you guys, everybody in chat. Dude, I'm a little rusty, but it's fun, man. It's great, man. It's fun to do. It's fun. It's what it really is. It's what gives me the pleasure is the fact I get to watch you guys play. It's way more fun watching you guys play than playing the guys.
Crazy. Like if I ever give up just competing, I'm just gonna do what you do, and that's just gonna cast, do the pod, and just either be a team owner and just sit back and chill, or whatever. But I mean, man, if I keep putting up 0.5s, man, my retirement might come sooner than
man. I mean, like I said, I was supposed to retire Major 1, but I was trying to do Nuck a favor, play 4 or 5 games. But then the part of retirement too was because the IRL stuff was so busy trying to finish up school, but also the fact that I wanted to focus more on casting and focus on the pod more, focus on the stats, focus on things like that on the back end. You know what I mean? Because I find more passion in that than unfortunately just playing the game, and I'm just not that good at really, unfortunately. So,
hey man, you were the GOAT in VO6, bro. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Dude,
just give me the Jackal, man. I'm starting to like the Dravic now, but dude, just give me the Jackal, please, man. The M15, I think the M15 is one of the greatest ARs I've fucking played with, man. It's so insane, man. But yeah, I have nothing else. Clyde, I don't know if you have anything else,
man,
brother.
we're gonna close it out there before me and you keep rambling on about all the weapons, and soon enough someone's gonna mention that Minneapolis sucks, and, and then we're gonna close it out. Anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in, man. It's a pleasure every week to be here with my boy Fetty Wap, and we'll be back next week, Monday, 5:30 p.m. EST.
Yes, sir.
Maybe 5. Maybe we'll shoot for 5.
Yeah, we'll shoot for 5. Yeah.
Shoot for 5.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
maybe we'll shoot for 5:30. We'll put it up in Discord for everyone to know. But that's it from us, boys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
See ya. Peace.